आपसे गुड मॉर्निंग के बिना मेरी मॉर्निंग नहीं होती।
सही बात है, सेम ही
makes
सेम
all
ही
the difference. The best way to predict future is to create it. Take a move. Create a future. Join Shobit University. As a young citizen of India, armed with technology, knowledge, and love for my nation, with a vision of transforming India into a developed nation, I am joining Shobit University. What about you? One good move makes all the difference. The best way to predict future is to create it. Take a move. Create a future. Join Shobit University. As a young citizen of India, armed with technology, knowledge, and love for my nation, with a vision of transforming India into a developed nation, I am joining Shobit University. What about you? One good move makes all the difference.
Now, ma'am, we are live. Yeah, kindly start. Ritu, ma'am, kindly start. रितु मैम स्टार्ट कीजिए। मैम आपकी वॉइस नहीं आ रही है। रितु मैम आपकी वॉइस नहीं आ रही है। कुंजन मैम आप स्टार्ट कीजिए प्लीज।
I welcome you all to this webinar, co-learning webinar. Ritu ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible. Gunjan ma'am, please start.
Very sorry, there was some connectivity problem. Just give me a 2 minute. And I would like to start with a few words on diaspora. India celebrates Pravasi Bharatiya Divas on 9th January to commemorate return of its most iconic Pravasi, Mahatma Gandhi ji from Africa. The diaspora encompasses a group of people who can either trace their origin to India or who are Indian citizens living abroad either temporarily or permanently, including non-resident Indians, persons of Indian origin, and overseas citizen of India. Diaspora carries its pros and cons with itself. It's not all about physical diaspora. Sometimes we perceive mental diaspora also, and ma'am will throw light in detail. And government has taken initiatives toward diaspora. Non-residents are provided with consular services, protection and outreach activities. And at the same time, policies are created to encourage the diaspora to contribute in India's growth through philanthropy, knowledge transfers, and investment in development projects. Diaspora is much more than this, and I believe this session will be very fruitful for you all. Now, it is an honor to introduce our worthy speaker, Madam Tajinder Madam. Dr. Tajinder Kaur is Professor of English in RIMT University, Mandi Govindgarh, Punjab. She is former Professor of English, Punjabi University, Patiala, former Head Department of Distance Education, Punjabi University, Patiala, former Director, Center for Diaspora Studies, former Dean, Faculty of Languages, and former Coordinator, IGNOU Study Center, Punjabi University, Patiala. She has 38 years teaching experience. Her research experience is more than 36 years. She has supervised more than 4 dozen research scholars. She has got 12 books published, including 3 books of her poems. Very sorry again. There's some technical glitch. Very sorry. Uh, she has got she has got 12 books published, including 3 books of her poems and 58 research papers, articles, and book reviews. She has acted as examiner of more than 175 MPhil or PhD theses of more than 25 universities. She has been a member of various academic organizations, association councils, selection committees, board of studies, peer reviewing panels, editorial boards, advisory committees, etc. of UGC, Public Service Commission, institutes, universities, and journals. She has delivered more than 160 extension lectures in many universities, colleges during refresher courses, and on other platforms. She has participated and presented papers in different capacities in more than 160 international national seminars, webinars, training programs. She chaired technical sessions, panel discussions, delivered keynote plenary, and valedictory addresses. We have her presentation in more than 56 radio talks, phone in counseling programs.
आज के वेबिनार में ध्यान दीजिए क्योंकि नेट आ जा रहा है, बार-बार उनकी आवाज आ रही है.
Phone in counseling programs and poetry reading from All India Radio, Jalandhar and Patiala, and a few other programs from Patiala and Jalandhar Doordarshan. She has delivered lectures in EDU set programs organized by the Directorate of Higher Education, Haryana. She has prepared study material in the subject of English literature for MPhil, PS, MA, and UG students of distance education in Punjab University, Patiala, Bardhaman University, West Bengal, Vardhaman University, Kota, Kurukshetra University, Kurukshetra. She has translated stories from Punjabi into English for a project undertaken by Sahitya Academy, New Delhi. She has also edited 4 translated works from Punjabi and English and 2 from English into Punjabi. She has assessed a few books under GOI scheme assignments given by EFLU Lucknow campus. She has organized more than 30 national international seminars, workshops, lectures, training programs, etc. Now, actually the list is very long. So this is just an outline. Ma'am has tremendous, enormous knowledge. So these words are just an outline. So now may I invite you, ma'am, to enlighten all of us with your valuable observation on diaspora. Thank you very much, ma'am. Please, ma'am. Please.
Hello, Gunjan. Am I audible?
Yes,
मेरी
ma'am.
आवाज सुन
Yes.
रही है? हाँ, I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am. You are quite audible. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, fine. Gunjan is a dear friend, so I can expect from a younger friend what else she wanted to say. Her love and affection, they have brought me here. And I'm really grateful to the organization, my dear friend Gunjan, all the people in the organization and the audience. Actually, diaspora is an area which used to be my favorite. It is my favorite even now, but the bubbling happiness, people going out, people coming in. Of course, Gandhi's context is different. But when we talk about Punjab, how the entire, almost entire Punjab had gone abroad, पर हम जैसे हिंदी में कहते हैं ना, किसी को नजर ही लग गई है, all over the globe and within India itself. तो एक diaspora has become now a serious issue. And this is an issue which has ever been expanding. So whenever I think of talking about this issue, maybe in the context of literature, maybe in the context of general parlance, um, it is ever widening and it is becoming more and more painful. Why it is so? We'll come to that very shortly. I think we are the students of a subject. These days, there is no expertise in the subject, you can say. Everybody has to know every subject. Everything is interdisciplinary because everything deals with life and life cannot be compartmentalized. So if we talk about literature, because the topic I have taken up for today's discussion is representation of Indian diaspora in Indian fictional narratives. I think the word fiction might take us to think that we are going to talk about discipline, literature, which generally talks about more about imaginations and less about realities, the things as they are. But I think the students of literature, they know what literature is about. The literature is rooted in reality, or it is another kind of reality which is more real. I was reading an article by Keki and Daruwala, which appeared in yesterday's The Tribune, where he has given the title to his article, Reality Becomes Mirror of Fiction. Now, he's not talking in the sense, I am projecting the things in front of you, that the basis of literature is reality. Rather, he is putting the things very ironically, that now by creative imagination, creative literature, or creative arts, we are not projecting the reality, the spirit of reality, the lesson of reality as it should be done, because there is so much of pain around, so much of indignity of relationships, so much of dirty dance of politics and power going on, which it is the purpose of a literary writer to show the face to the reading public, but it is not happening. So I would request all of you to read this article, which appeared in yesterday's the Tribune in the Spectrum, and that made me talk about today's issue in a very, very different context. No doubt, Dr. Gunjan has given you the feel of what diaspora is, and very rightly connected it to the fixing of 9th of January by our country as Pravasi Divas, commemorating the return of Mahatma Gandhi from South Africa about 100 years back, more than 100 years back. Why did he go there? What did he see there? What kind of inspiration or pain he got from there? And what were the reasons behind it? And which became a motivation for the freedom struggle of India, and what has come to India after that during these around 75 years. That also goes with the story of diaspora. Okay, let us first of all try to theorize the diaspora. But ये diaspora होता क्या है? Though it is a very common word these days, everybody in every discipline knows about it. Diaspora is a concept which talks about the people who leave their place of origin, जो अपने कंट्री को, अपनी जगह को छोड़ते हैं और दूसरी जगह पे जाते हैं. क्यों जाते हैं? We'll come to them. अब तो जाते भी नहीं है, हम जा भी नहीं रहे. I'm sitting at Patiala, you are sitting at your respective places. Still, we are taking a journey and we are getting interconnected with one another. That is with the growth of and advancements in information and communication technology. The diasporic moves, the diasporic concepts, they have also changed, and that is also a part of our discussion. अब सिंपल जो हम कहते हैं, कोई प्रवासी है, इमिग्रेंट है, एग्जाइल है, एनआरआई है, एक्सपेट्रिएट है, जो भी जिसमें हम कहें कि डिस्प्लेसमेंट की फीलिंग आती है, लिविंग वन प्लेस की आती है, दूसरी जगह जाने की आती है. अब ये जाना जो है फिजिकल है या वर्चुअल है, बिकॉज दीज डेज वी आर टॉकिंग एंड वर्किंग इन अ वर्चुअल मोड. हम कहीं जाते नहीं है, फिर भी जाते हैं, फिर भी सब कुछ होता है. उसका डायस्पोरा के ऊपर क्या असर होता है, वो डायस्पोरा से कैसे कनेक्टेड है, आई थिंक दैट इज ऑल्सो one of the important aspects that we have to talk about. And I have floated the idea in the very beginning that literature, no doubt, may be talking about stories, fictional narratives, about drama, about idealism, about destructive kind of things, dystopia, utopia, or many more things. But the basic ground remains the reality. Now let us begin from the very origin of mankind. I think we can separate ourselves from anything, but not from the religions, religious backgrounds we belong to. और हर धर्म कहता है कि हम इस दुनिया में आए हैं, जिस दुनिया में आए हैं, वो दुनिया हमारा असली घर नहीं है. We are not going to live here forever. Whether we go into the philosophical plane or not, existential plane, हमने यहाँ नहीं रहना. We go to Christianity, we read Quran, we read Hindu scriptures, or I can say 99% of the scriptures of the world, they believe in it, that we were sent from some other place and we are being sent. और वहां से हम क्यों आए? What were the reasons? What were the factors? Each religion has got its own philosophy. हमने original sin किया या पुनर्जन्म, whatever. That means this basic idea of displacement, of being diasporic. We have been thrown. Our original place is something else. And what is that? We are not interested in here. So we can say the rootedness in human existence, or for that matter in the existence of the world, living things. Again, different philosophies have got their different points of view. So this idea of being diasporic, idea of being displaced, it is very much the root cause of human origin. This is number one. In metaphysical sense, in philosophical sense, and in existential sense also, this is very, very, you can say, basis of human existence. Let us see how. Only then, ये ना हम क्यों जाते हैं, दूसरी जगह पे क्यों जाना है? भाई अपने घर में बैठे हैं, मजे से बैठे, and why there is a desire to leave the place, the comforts of the place, and go to another place. I think it is rooted in the human imagination itself. हमारी जो imagination होती है ना, हम आराम से बैठे रहते हैं, पर जो है और बैठे हैं, all comforts are there, but still we want to acquire something. There is some quest to know something, to get something, to better, we can say, our future, better our circumstances. तो हम उस जगह को छोड़ देते हैं, इच्छा होती है. First of all, there must be a desire, there must be a quest, there must be some imagination. और फिर हमें भगवान ने जो है, I say not only imagination, again the basic thing is the quest motive. Northrop Frye and Maud Botkin, they say कि जो quest motive है ना, ये human being की development का, consciousness का, उसके movements का, उसका, you may call it, if it becomes excessive, then it is greed. If it is not there, I think human beings, they cannot do anything more. They'll be as dead as vegetable is. तो उसके लिए क्या करता है इंसान? इच्छा होती है. And if we go back to the early man, the origin of human history, तो हम जानते हैं कि इंसान जो है, no doubt, legs had been they have been given by God. A movement from one place to another, it again, the spur is given to you by human mind, by human desire. तो इंसान ने दूसरी जगह जाने के लिए to speed up the journey करने के लिए उसने invention किया, we know of the wheel, है, उसने पहिया बनाया और फिर कैसे होता है, वो पहिए से दूसरी जगह जाता है, फिर साइकिल बनता है, कार बनती है, शिप बनती है, and then the aeroplanes. I think the moment we talk about diaspora, the idea is of the movement. Of course, coming to that information and communication technology, it will be another different kind of leap. पर जो पहिए का आविष्कार है ना, उसके साथ ही हमारा diaspora movement जुड़ा हुआ है. Right? No doubt, human beings, they used to come riding the animals also. फिर वो ship हुआ, और फिर aeroplanes हुए, and now rockets and all that. And journey is limitless. So diaspora, movement, displacement, journey, और जो displacement है, journey है, उसमें दुख भी है, pain भी है. You leave one place and you go to the other place where different kinds of people are living, different cultures are there, different beliefs are there, and many more things are there, and a kind of interaction between the between the, you can say, belongingness to a different place and going to another place, travels and all these are the part of diasporic experiences. तो इंसान जाता क्यों है दूसरी जगह पे? There can be curiosity, there can be adventure, there can be the feeling of religious preachers, saints who wanted to spread the messages of peace and all. हमारा जो यूलिसेस है वो क्यों जाना चाहता है? वो घर बैठ ही नहीं सकता, right? Odyssey. तो वो क्या है? अंदर कुछ है, उसके desire है, and the same desire in different forms. You will say there can be social reasons, political reasons, religious reasons, but I think the basic educational purposes, professional purposes, for greener pastures, you can say it in diasporic parlance. But I think behind all these, 90% is the economic reasons. आप कुछ अच्छा करना चाहते हैं, अपने आप को better करना चाहते हैं, political reasons are also there, we'll come to them. तो डायस्पोरा में हमारा बेसिक बात क्या होता है? movement, leaving the place, one place and going to another. This can be short term also, this can be long term also, and we have to accept it, that the moment we decide to remain frogs in the well, then everything is okay. But when there is a desire and we know something better and different is there, we are ready to imbibe that, we are ready to take that. तो हमारा जो कह सकते हैं हम जो bank है of earlier knowledge, that is always limited, and the newer one is adding to that, and there is interaction, intermingling, hybridity, and many more things. And this has been there, I think, since the beginning of this earth. Now, coming to today's topic, this was the background, कि हम इंडियन डायस्पोरा की बात करेंगे, इंडियंस ने कब जाना शुरू किया. No doubt, when we talk about as students academically about diaspora, this has become a fashion that we talk generally about Jewish diaspora, that Jews were the first ones who were living at their assigned place, but because of some religious clashes, they were forced to leave that place and they went to another place. Now, this is a very convenient kind of starting point, but when we read more and more of research that has been done on diaspora studies, and there were many books that used to be written earlier also, but since 1980s, diaspora studies as an academic discipline, it has become very important. Now, the reasons I can say, they can be understood because people have started going abroad, faster means of transportation, communication, they have come up, more literatures are there, and people going to different places and meeting people from different cultures, and even from their countries. That has also become accessible, and many more issues which are very common, which are dissimilar also, they have also come up. So let us say, for the first time, as is known academically, the Jews, they were sent from their country to another country. Now, this word sent is very important. Were sent. We are students of English grammar also. Were sent का मतलब होता है force किया गया. Passive. They did not go voluntarily. There are two kinds of diaspora. आप या तो किसी को निकालते हैं, जबरदस्ती भेजते हैं, reasons can be any, blames can be any, और या कोई अपनी मर्जी से चाहता. Right? For in their case, it was religion, Christians and Jews and all. You can read about these kinds of things, and these kinds of things, whatever had happened in the past, that was not the thing of the past only. This same pattern of forced and voluntary, it has been going on till date. If you look at partition of India, I'll talk about it in detail. वो क्या हुआ? It was not voluntary. It was forced. तो डायस्पोरा का जो मूवमेंट है वो फोर्स भी होता है, वॉलंटरी भी होता है. Now let us come directly to the context of Indian diaspora, what is available in record, in writing, especially fictional narratives are concerned. कहानियां हैं, history books हैं, travelogues हैं, poetry है, literature है. And the first book that is generally quoted is जो है, have you heard the name of the book, The Diaries of Deen Muhammad? He was the first traveler who went in 18th century by ship, and he took the route of the world, and his experiences he wrote when he came back. Now you must raise this question, and the thing is, history or politics को हमें साथ लेके चलना पड़ेगा. Now, why in 18th century? I think ship routes, they were discovered by Columbus, and ship fleets, they were first, set for launch by the Britishers. And we students of English literature, we talk about Renaissance literature. In mid of the 15th century, 16th century, and the entire, I think, diasporic movement started. Britishers, they started moving to different places via sea routes, and other people from other countries, they also started moving around. But since all of us, I think most of us among the audience sitting here are from India, and we know कि ये जो exile की बात है, बनवास की बात है, forced की बात है, sending people to other places for political reasons, I think we are very much familiar with it. If we, all of us know about Ramayana and Mahabharata, what happened to Ram, how he was sent to exile, right or wrong, it is not the question. Why Pandavas, they were sent to exile, again a political question. तो अपनी जगह को छोड़ना, दूसरी जगह पर जाना, people move, they go. But I think these kinds of crises in the communities, in the cultures, they have been there in other countries and cultures also, and they bring a change in the future of the people of that community and country, as well as of those cultures and countries. तो जब हम दीन मोहम्मद की डिस्कवर हुई होगी, how he would have written and how it has been brought in publication, all of us know about it. But we are very much familiar with, and it is also one of the ways of approaching literature or approaching all the discipline. It is called the phase of colonization. Had the ships not come, I think colonization नहीं होता. होता तो पहले भी था. This doesn't mean that only the Britishers, they came to India. People had been coming by adopting different modes of journey. but I think ships facilitated it, and Britishers, they came with a different motive, not only to India but all over the world, and their major sea route was the sea route. What they did in India and what they did in other countries, I think this is not something to be told and shared within present day scenario, because all the disciplines willy-nilly they talk about these kinds of things. And generally people they call that phase of colonization to be very bad. Why that was bad, we know, because of the intentions and policies and the strategies and their motives that made their moves and their coming and controlling other countries, living there, very bad. But whatever they brought, the kind of development, the kinds of philosophies, the kinds of ideologies, that was also that I think 90% that was good. Had Britishers not come to India, had they not brought English language to India, I think Angrezi wale to hum bhooke mar rahe hote. That and much of the progress. That is another side of it. Now, how that has got an impact on diaspora? Now, the very question that we have to raise in today's lecture is Britishers also went all over the world. They stayed in India for more than 300 years. What they did, we will talk about it, because that is very much at the background of diasporic literature. Now the very first question is, Britishers also came here, came to other countries. Were they also diasporas? भाई मूवमेंट की बात है, वो लोग भी तो आए थे, इंडिया में आए थे. Since we are talking about Indian diaspora, now this is also an area of research that is going on. Those Britishers who were in power positions, who were in administration, yes, they were diasporas because they were ruling. There were Britishers, many Britishers came here who were working as their servants or so. How much they were in subject positions, they were diaspora or not. This is another dimension of diaspora. Now, what the Britishers did, we will be very focused here. Britishers, when they came to India, they came with the motive, we want to civilize this country, we want to make this country very progressive. This is what they said in other countries also. And they had a network. They took the cheap labor from here, sent to South Africa and other countries through ships for development purposes there. And many Indians, now again here I'll use two words which are very important in diasporic context: went and were sent. Went होता अपनी मर्जी से जाना, voluntarily sent. वो went भी हुए, sent भी हुए because they wanted money. And how they were treated, that they were taken to Fiji, they were taken to West Indies, और वहां जाकर कितना people from different countries, they were brought there with different cultures, with different beliefs, and people from each community, each culture, they tried to retain their culture, survive with their culture, intermingling and all that. And from that, a new kind of you can say a culture, new kind of cultures emerged, which were called diasporic cultures, hybrid cultures. और नई तरह के clashes आते हैं, नई तरह की problems आती हैं, and this diaspora is called old diaspora. And I think whenever we talk about diaspora in English literature, the name of V.S. Naipaul that comes very handy to us. His early novels, they talk about Indians in West Indies, वहाँ क्या होता है, House for Mr. Biswas, The Mystic Masseur, and many other novels, where the life on a particular continent, people of different cultures living together, still trying to retain their cultures, their caste, subcaste. And V.S. Naipaul, his forefathers, they had gone there long time back. Now, what kind of diaspora it was? Went and sent, willing as well as unwilling. और वहां जाकर उन्होंने क्या किया, मेहनत की, but they could not. They were went or sent, but they could not come on their own for so many years back to their country. So Gunjan talked about Gandhi ji. वो आए, अपनी मर्जी से आए, ships थे, साधन थे, सब कुछ था, but those people, they could not come earlier. Of course, now the facilities are there. So old diaspora was the one which yearned to come back, which had a sense of belongingness, which tried to preserve the culture of their countries and communities, but could not desire to come back. Now, there are so many novels which are being written now and have been written. We have Amita Ghosh's novel, The Sea of Poppies, is there. Then M.G. Vasanje's In Between World of Vikram Lal, and many more, which had talked about earlier experiences, later on experiences, people going to South African countries, living there in Fiji, in West Indies. And this is how, the diaspora from India started reaching far off countries via ship routes. Many people could not come back, but the later generations, they went there and underwent different problems as per the freedom struggles of those countries. As we know what happened in Kenya, Indians, they were, you can say, sent away from there. And a very remarkable novel comes up in Between World of Vikram Lal. So this is called Old Diaspora. And after that, coming and going to Britain, South African countries, other countries, it had become comparatively, you can say, faster. और हम इंडिया की बात करें, many Indians from elite families, they started going abroad, especially to England, और वहां पर वो पढ़कर आते हैं. और वहां पर क्या होता है, वहां से हमारी जर्नी शुरू होती है, a mixture of old and comparatively new diaspora. This is not a purely new diaspora. और हम पहला example, Dr. Gunjan started with Gandhi ji. Earlier, the desire was from elite families, Tagore family, and mainly from West Bengal, and other people who were desirous of studying abroad, especially law. They would go abroad और वहां से पढ़ के आते थे, and they used to have a very good future when they came back. And among them, one diaspora, which brought a very, very drastic change in the nation where he was born and brought up, India. When Gandhiji, after he completed his law studies from England, came back to India, he was given an assignment, and he went to South Africa. किसी का केस लड़ने जाते हैं, मुस्लिम का. And what he sees in South Africa, I think those of you who are students of English literature, all of us have read Heart of Darkness. क्या होता था South Africa में? Many more novels are there. History books are there. How the Britishers, they treated the natives of that country, जिनका अपना मुल्क था, और उस मुल्क के अंदर बाहर के लोग आकर उनके साथ कैसा जो है, how they were treating those people. And one very painful incident which made Gandhi think of leaving that country and come back to his country. Everybody knows it, but there is a need to repeat that incident. And that incident all of us have studied as students in school. But जब वो South Africa में जाते हैं, he is suited with a barrister, and he has got his first class ticket booked in railway compartment. When he asks his coolie to put his luggage in the compartment, booked his name, in his name, he is not allowed to get it because it is written outside, Indians, blacks and dogs not allowed. Now we are considered black. अंग्रेज हमें जो है ब्लैक ही समझते थे, अब भी समझते ही होंगे, हम चाहे सोचे हम तो बहुत गोरे हैं जी. No. Now, he felt very bad. He said, this is what Britishers are doing here, and this is what they are doing with my people in their own country. So a kind of spur, a kind of pain, a kind of determination कि मैंने यहाँ पर नहीं रहना, मुझे जाके अपने कंट्री से उन अंग्रेजों को हटाना है. So Gandhi came back. He joined politics, and his visit to South Africa जो है brought a kind of change in his heart, and this is we consider as diaspora's contribution to freedom struggle. All of you might have been reading this incident and might not have thought of correlating it with diaspora. Had Gandhi not got this diasporic experience of going, away from his country, and going to Britain and getting education there, but the kinds of feelings, वहां जाकर भी आपके साथ कैसा होता होगा? I think for this you must read Kiran Desai's novel, The Inheritance of Loss. आपको वो नॉवल पढ़ना चाहिए. 2006 का जो है बुकर प्राइज विनर है, where Kiran Desai has created a character who also goes from Gujarat. He also goes to England to study law. But what kind of treatment he gets there? What kinds of feelings of subordination, inferiority complex because of the color of the skin and because of the interest of Indians in the kinds of foods they like, they make him realize he's certainly inferior. And this kind of impact, this kind of internalization, it makes him a character which is called Anglophile. वो ना इंडिया में आकर सेट हो सकता है ना कहीं हो सकता है. These are the derogatory impacts of colonization. You may also say diasporization. Various impacts are there when your country is not free and you go to a country whose slave your country is. तो diaspora के साथ क्या होता है? So don't consider diaspora only means that your uncle and aunt, they stay in America, England, and when they come back and they bring jackets and lipsticks and good things for you, and this is only one glamorous aspect of diaspora. And in Punjab, from where I am talking to you, everybody is diaspora around, though the situation has changed now. There was a craze and compulsion and again very cruel policies of our government. And don't mind, please don't consider this a politically provocative lecture, because the topic we are discussing today, this is all political. Basically, हम क्यों जाते हैं? It is not that we only go, हमें अच्छा लगता है घूम के आ सकते हैं, but going in some other country and settling there for economic purposes, the reasons are very clear. Whether your country is not able to provide you jobs, or whatever you want, your dreams are not satisfied, many more things are there. And fictional narratives, they are based on very, very cruel, harsh realities. So Gandhi ne aakar kya kiya? All of us know it. Now, whenever you study and discuss and research on Gandhi, don't only talk about simple kinds of things. This diasporic experience, it brought a kind of identity out of him, kind of personality out of him, pain out of him, that made him work for the freedom struggle of India. Now I bring you to another group, which I think most of the people from Punjab, they are very much familiar with. I don't know about other listeners and people from other disciplines, though it is not something new which I am going to talk about. All of you, if you are interested in freedom struggle, I know most of you, us, हमें से बहुत लोग पैदा ही नहीं हुए थे तब, but that doesn't mean if we were not born, we don't know about these kinds of things. We live in a country which has struggled a lot. It is not only Gandhi and Bhagat Singh and Subhash Chandra Bose and others. There is one group of freedom fighters, Jalandhar based. They are called Gadar Party, Gadaris. और ये लोग क्या हैं? In the beginning of the 20th century. How it is related with literature, I'll bring you to that. They are called Gadari Babas. In the beginning of the 20th century, India was undergoing a phase of colonization, much poverty, and this was undivided India. And people, young people especially, they had started going abroad to different countries. Canada and America, they used to be one. वहाँ पर politically इतना problem नहीं होता था. Or people, they had started going to Canada, the young people from Punjab, undivided India. There were many job opportunities, especially of, I don't know whether Delhi people or Saharanpur people, they know about it. पंजाब में तो पठान खूब आते थे from कश्मीर, वो जो है काटने के लिए लकड़ियां, और बहुत सारी सॉ मिल्स, आरा मिल्स होती थी. यूपी के अंदर बहुत है आरा मिल. तो वहां पर जो है they started going to Canada, young people, old people, to work in the sawmills. And the freedom struggle movement in India, it was in full swing, and there were so many political parties. All of us know it in India. तो वहां पर एक पार्टी पंजाब से स्टार्ट होती है, that is called Gadari Party. Gadar means revolution. And these were innocent people, farmers. Again, it gets linked after 100 years. I told you, willy-nilly जो है इसमें आएगा, डायस्पोरा आएगा, पॉलिटिक्स आएगी, क्योंकि एग्जैक्टली 100 साल के बाद वही बात हो रही है इंडिया में. These people, mainly you can say agriculture based, they were very sick. They were very pained how the British government was treating them, and they wanted that their country should become free. And most of these political leaders, you might have heard the name of Kartar Singh Saraba, Sohan Singh Bakna, and many others. ये है कि पढ़ाई अब ये नहीं जाते इधर, but in Punjab they are very they are part of our lives. तो ये लोग वहां जाकर they would see how Britishers and white people, they were maltreating our people in their country, Canada, America, and these young boys, they used to be racially discriminated. Now this is another very painful experience of diaspora, racial discrimination, subalternization. तो वहां पर उन्होंने कहा कि यहाँ भी हमारे लोगों का, हमारे मुल्क में भी हमारे लोगों का, they started giving a clarion call for India's freedom, and they brought out a journal which is called Gadar. And there were many poets, many speakers. उनका बहुत कविताएं हैं, बहुत सारा literature है. So this is how literature comes in diaspora, and the role of diasporic literature in bringing India's freedom. This is another aspect. Now I am going to, since you will say, Madam ने बात तो fictional narrative की करनी है, मैं आपको एक narrative बता रही हूँ, एक novel बता रही हूँ, और वो novel आपको market में नहीं मिलेगा. You will say then, Punjabi University Patiala, where I used to work earlier, it has got its own department of translation. And this is called DPD, Development of Punjabi Language. और वहाँ पर English में, Hindi में, Punjabi में, whatever is written, इसकी translation कराया जाता है. And in 1997, a novel was written in English by a Punjabi novelist. You know down the name of the novelist, Sadhu Singh Dhami. Sadhu Singh Dhami. He wrote a novel called Maluka, which was initially written in English but later on translated into Punjabi. अब इस novel के अंदर Maluka, this is a Punjabi name. कोई सुंदर सा लड़का होता है ना, very tender, 16-17 years का, हम उसको कहते हैं बड़ा मलूक है, delicious, very tender. तो उसका नाम है मलूका. And how the children of this age group, they used to go to Canada, America then, and how they were racially discriminated and how they were motivated by Indian revolutionaries, and they would talk about India's freedom struggle and how it got an impetus. This is what we get in this novel. You might wonder how to read this novel. This is a novel of its own kind. There might be novels in Hindi, Punjabi, or other languages, I do not know. But a novel talking in English about this particular period and the role of Indian diaspora at that time in bringing a revolution in India, India's freedom struggle, that is a great contribution of this Gadar literature. Now, this is something different, which which I have already told you. Much more is there. Now we come to a phase which all of us know through movies, through dramas, through short stories. हमें partition phase का पता है. Now, what that partition was about, I'm not going into that. But why I'm going to tell this particular phase is how diasporas are created politically. कोई diaspora नहीं होता. अब diaspora का मतलब क्या होता है? You don't belong to this place and you are sent to another place, a place which used to be yours, as the Jews. They used to stay at one place, but because of religious conflicts, Christians and Jews, we know the controversy. तो ब्रिटिशर्स आजाद हो गए हम लोग, पर वो आजादी के साथ क्या हुआ? The history books, they tell us that it was not the total pure doing of the Britishers. We people were a party to it. हमारी जो आपसी लड़ाइयाँ होती हैं ना, हमारा ही नहीं खत्म होता है एक कंट्री में कितनी पार्टीज होती हैं. Who is bothered about the country? And the result was partition. And the mapping that was done, cartography that was done, उसमें क्या हुआ कि this particular border, undivided India will be divided into two, and on communal basis, उस तरफ जो रह रहे हैं, Sikhs and Hindus are living, they will be sent back to this particular side of India, and the Muslims living this side, they will be sent there. What was rational, nobody told, but this cartography, this division on communal basis, they made the Hindus and Sikhs in that part of India, earlier India, वहां पर वो diaspora हो गए, डाया. और इधर जो है, अभी बताती हूँ आपको क्या meaning होता है, literal meaning. And this side, Muslim, they were declared to be diasporic. You don't belong to other. Daya means across, scatter. आप हमारे नहीं हैं. Borders create हो जाते हैं, and this is how diaspora is called transnational. आप इस देश के नहीं हैं. Political boundaries, they are created, and you are made diasporic. This is how from partition. Since that time, the history of diaspora in India, it started being read in a different way. And similarly in Pakistan, Hindus and Sikhs, they unka ghar, yahan Muslims ka ghar, and that is why till date, Muslims, they are not considered to be belonging to India. ये यहाँ पर diasporic ही हैं. हर वक्त खतरा बना रहता. And right or wrong again is not the question. These are the political moves. These are the political games. And so much literature is available. So many movies are available. And I'm sure whether you are students of literature or not, आपने अगर कोई भी पार्टीशन का स्टोरी पढ़ा है, पार्टीशन का नॉवल पढ़ा, खुशवंत सिंह का पढ़ा है, चमन नाहल का पढ़ा है, इस्मत चुगतई का पढ़ा है, मंटो की स्टोरीज पढ़ी हैं, मुझे नहीं लगता कि आपको खुशी होती होगी. The pain in separation, in getting displaced because of the political reasons, it is not voluntary. यहाँ पर पेन है, इकोनॉमिक रीजन नहीं है, पॉलिटिकल रीजन है, कैसे होता है, क्यों होता है, एंड हु आर द वर्स्ट विक्टिम? वी नो women. Much research has been done on this area. कि औरत के साथ क्यों होता है, because of being the body, and men how they are crumbled, how they are crushed just because of the basis of communities, communal. So diaspora is not only आना जाना, it is not only पंजाबी च कहिए तोरा फेरा, सिर्फ खुशी नहीं है, इसका मतलब जो है बहुत सारी political grudges. Again, I always say it is always the play of 7 deadly sins. जो डॉक्टर फॉस्टर्स हमने पढ़ा था एमए में, वही 7 deadly sins दुनिया को घुमा रहा है. Greed, lust, power, all these kinds of things, and that is also behind the formation of diaspora. Okay, let us come to India now, post-partition. What happened to diaspora? Now, Britishers, they went or they were sent. Again, is a very debatable kind of thing. But what happened in India? Divided India, poverty, hunger, unemployment, had worked under a foreign rule for more than 300 years, cultural clashes, and these developed countries, most of the developed countries, they saw that these two nations, and most of the nations, I'll say, in the world, because the Britishers, they were made to leave those countries where they had been ruling by the mid 1960s. Sara mulk jo tha, the entire world was almost free of British colonization, but colonization, this post-colonial period, was gripped by another kind of colonization, which we students of literature or students of history, political science, sociology, they do talk about these things, neo-colonization. भाई कोई हमारे से बाहर नहीं चला गया. Forces are there which are ruling over us economically, digitally, financially. बहुत कुछ हुआ, and these most of these first world countries, they understood the situations of people there, and they started showing them the lollipops. अब हमारे यहाँ तो लॉलीपॉप साल से बंद हुए हैं. पंजाब में तो हम हर जगह देखते हैं, which are those lollipops. Okay, you come to study in Australia, you come to study, seminar हो रहा है, आप वहाँ पढ़िए, यहाँ पढ़िए, all this. In initial, you can say, form, those people, they started coming here and they started attracting the people from India, and many categories of people, they started moving that side. Poor people, they did not know how to sustain, and rich people also, how and why, and how they are represented in literature. I will tell you about these, the reality. Incidentally, I'm talking about diaspora from a land. By land, I don't mean a nation. From that part of the country, जहाँ पर हर घर में, I always say, आप कहीं बाहर गए हैं या नहीं गए हैं, you live the experience of partition and diaspora. Because your people, they have gone, they are going. Why they are going, that is the question. And partition, why they came and why they suffered, not their choice. तो उनको जो diasporic displacement वाली feeling है, वो दी जाती है, and entire literature, whether written in Hindi, Punjabi, English, it is full of these experiences. And mind you, it is not only Punjab. We know Bengal has always been a disturbed state. और क्या होता रहा partition Bengal में many a time. And the result is most of the people, they started moving abroad. And we have many Bengali diasporic writers. You must have heard the name of Bharti Mukherjee, Jhampo Lahiri. मेरे ख्याल जिस बंदे की बात करें, Amitav Ghosh, and all these are Bengalis. Why? Not a craze, but a compulsion. And now for each writer, you can find different compulsion, different reasons. And again, always, of course, the pain is there at the back. हम कुछ सीखते भी हैं, नए भी बनते हैं, and more literature is being written. That is why this diasporic literature, it has started competing now the mainstream literature. And people from Gujarat also, India में बहुत से लोगों ने बाहर जाना शुरू किया, business के purposes के लिए. And we have writers like Tanuja Desai there, and many other writers who are writing about it. Now there is another diaspora from India, and that diaspora is from the south, and that is mainly moving to the Gulf countries. Wahan ja raha hai. And literature and narratives written by them, they are generally called petrofiction. क्योंकि साउथ वहां जा रहा है गल्फ में, वहां पर क्या है, तेल है. हाँ, दुबई में जा रहा है. Now their experiences are different. Again, their motive is rich or poor, economic and travails and sufferings and the discrimination. ये आपको face करना पड़ता है. And one thing must be clear to you: you might be rich, living abroad, being an Indian. You might have entered illegally, legally, or you are struggling to settle down. This dichotomy, this compartmentalization between natives and others. ये हमारा मुल्क है, we and them. ये रहता है और ये जो है कभी अलग नहीं हो सकता. That is why whenever there are times of crisis, especially you will say the recent times, COVID-19, the people abroad, America में रहते थे, settle नहीं हुए, and people taken by companies to different countries illegally, legally, सबको बाहर भेजा, because those countries, they cannot afford to bear your expenses. Many more complications and all. We'll talk in detail about it. तो लोगों ने क्यों जाना शुरू किया? From different countries, novels were written, many reasons. I'll give you an example from early diasporic novel. When I was a student of MA, I passed out in 1978. Then there was not a special paper on Indian writing in English. We were only taught British literature and American literature, and Indians writing in English, they were not considered to be very good writers, because the same kind of bias which we had earlier, it was there. But after 9-10 years, I read a novel by Arun Joshi, his early novel, 1968 novel, The Foreigner. Now, The Foreigner, it doesn't talk about any foreigner. I'm going to explain to you the dichotomy, the difference between the native, the person belonging to that particular country, and people from outside, though they have got citizenship also, पर इनके अंदर जो है फर्क किया जाता है और हमेशा ही किया जाएगा. We also do it. I tell you how after some time. Now that novel talks about one class. After India got independence, they were not only poor people. I have experiences with those people also. I'll share with you. वो novel की आपको बात बताती हूँ, so that you read the novel. A father of a rich businessman from Delhi, he wants that his son should go abroad and he should do his MBA there. पढ़कर वहाँ आना चाहिए. As you know, it is a craze and a kind of, I should say, superiority complex among many people now also. कि बाहर पढ़ के आएगा तो वह अच्छी शादी हो जाएगी. He will get a good match, and the boy goes there. He doesn't have to study. पढ़ना नहीं है उसको वहाँ पर. But he knows that going abroad, going to England only means flirting with girls and this, that. 2 साल पढ़ो और घर में आ जाओ और वापस, and you will get married. But what are the problems that he faces there? Cultural clashes, the expectations of an Indian male from a girl from England, same जो यहाँ पर है, पर वहाँ जाता है तो कैसे उसको जो है, he cannot tolerate all these kinds of things, and ultimately he commits suicide. Do read the novel. Now the title, The Foreigner, वो नहीं है कि अंग्रेज है. The foreigner means you go to a different culture and you always remain a foreigner. As Albert Camus' novel, The Outsider. Othering जिसे हम आजकल कहते हैं, subaltern जो कहते हैं, तो ये वाले experiences जो हैं, वो आपको हमेशा ही लगते रहते हैं. Because you are from a different country, you may be having all the formalities, you might have got PR also, पर जब बाहर निकालना है तो आपको ही निकालना है. It is even now that is there. वो चलता रहता है. And I want to share with you two experiences, personal experiences, which I later found corroborated and represented in many literary texts. One is, incidentally, I belong to Haryana in the sense that my father was in job and I studied here, and I did not know anything about people going abroad. But incidentally, I got my first posting as a college lecturer in a village in Punjab, that also in Doaba village, and where the culture was totally different. The girls in the college, they won't study, they won't come to the college. If they come, and they would be spending a lot in the canteen, and वो जान जान के फेल होती रहती थी. And I would ask them, पढ़ते क्यों नहीं हो जी, बाहर क्या होया, मुंडा आने वाला है, ठीक है जी, बस उन्हें आ ही जाना है और मैंने बाहर चले जाना. हाँ, मतलब the girl is studying. People had money. Those who did not even have money, they just wanted to send their daughters and sons abroad. पढ़ना पुढ़ना तो किसने होता था, बस ठीक है बाहर चले गए. And I would ask them, I had never seen this kind of culture in Haryana then, 1980s. And if a girl came within 2 years, 2-3 years, she will be a purely very smart girl, very well dressed. Or I would ask them, what do you do there? We work very hard in the fields and all that, because there were no job opportunities there. And ek jata tha, dusron ko le aata tha. And then the trend started, where I'm bringing you to the point, the painful reality. The craze and compulsion, they had become so much that they would like their daughters to be sent abroad by marrying someone. And if the girl reaches there, she will call everybody one by one. And the result was, after around 20 years, 25 years, I came back from that school and joined Punjabi University, Patiala. और उसका रिजल्ट क्या हुआ, लड़कियों की शादी करते थे, फेक मैरिजेस. The boy already married, their parents didn't know, and the girl goes there, and she had to come back after some time. And I think this reality, how many of you know, those from Punjab, they are very much aware of it. These are called NRI widows. Gunjan ने एक word use किया था, NRI, non-resident Indian. But the existential realities related with Punjabi diaspora women, it might have spread in other states also, ये बहुत ज़्यादा worse है, बहुत ज़्यादा खराब है. And I'm going to give you the name of a book, Kiranjit Ahluwalia's autobiography, Provoked. इस पर एक मूवी भी बनी है. आप देखिए कैसे a craze among Punjabis to send the daughter, marry the daughter, वहां जाके क्या होगा देखा जाएगा. But how the governments, NGOs in those countries, now they have also started coming to the rescue of immigrants, women, and other people. This is the latest story. So I am telling you, don't think that diasporic literature, fictional narrative, they are talking only about enjoying, living a very happy life there. There are a few success stories, but overall, the pains, travails, and many more kinds of issues, they have been talked about in these fictional narratives. Like Ali, you can say these are the contemporary social concerns at the global level. Now, whatever is global, अगर इंग्लैंड के अंदर एक इंडियन के साथ ऐसा हो रहा है, तो वो लोकल पर ही है, because their families are based in India, based in Punjab. तो ये सारा का सारा सिनेरियो जो है, ये मेन स्ट्रीम है, contemporary literature है. And another phase, many writers, they have been talking about these kinds of things. You can have a long list. Jhampal is talking in a different context, how Bengali women and women, they are becoming more smart, and how women, they are becoming more liberated. वहां जाकर कैसे उनको how they are away from the patriarchal clutches, how they are feeling more free. These are also the issues. Many short story writers are there. Now I bring you to another phrase. And as teachers of English, at least in Punjab, Haryana maybe, or Punjab mein to this is a very common scenario. आजकल थोड़ा बंद है, which is called IELTS. IELTS. You might say, why ma'am is going to talk about IELTS and diaspora? भैया IELTS किसके लिए बना था? Diaspora के लिए ही बना था. What happened by the early 90s? People from Punjab, other states, other countries, they had started going to different countries. वहाँ जाते थे, काम वाम मिल जाता था. Immigration laws, they were very liberal, but suddenly those countries, they started feeling this is an attack on the job opportunities for our people. People come here, they do not know how to communicate, and it was decided at international level that now anybody desirous of going to these countries will have to pass an international English language testing system. Exam pass karna padega aapko, right? Nurse ke liye, flane ke liye, and all that. And syllabus at international level was framed. और आपको पता है कि demand होती है तो supply. Many coaching institutes, they started emerging. And in Punjab, Doaba area, जहाँ जलंधर, नवांशहर, फगवाड़ा and all that, हुशियारपुर, वहाँ पर क्या हुआ? I think every third shop was IELTS shop, coaching center, mushrooming center, and now at least अब थोड़ा साल COVID period, they were closed, but in between late 2020, they had started online classes and all that, and they served their purpose. But now with sudden COVID kind of onset, all other countries, they were making the Indians go abroad, अपने अपने मुल्कों में जा रहे हैं, तो बाहर जाएगा कौन? There was a big, you can say, onslaught on these IELTS centers, and how people desirous of doing nursing, engineering, other professions, उन्होंने IELTS के bands pass करना शुरू किया, and they started reaching those countries. Now, what happens in those countries? Is literature talking about these kinds of things? There is one novel in English. You can note down the name of the novel, Hari Kunjuru. Transmission. The novel came out in 2004. उसमें दिखाया है कि एक डाली का लड़का बैंड्स क्लियर करता है, वहाँ जाता है, इंजीनियर बनता है. Now, don't think anybody who reaches abroad. सारे के सारे बड़े जो हैं गाड़ियां लेके चलते हैं, all that. गाड़ी is a kind of like a bicycle for us. That means they are not success story. Because money is not everything. Emotion, psychology, cultural clashes, ये बहुत कुछ है. First generation का problem different है. Second generation, or second generations, parents who go there from India, settle there, get their children there, and how those children's getting brought, reared in the in a very different environment. माँ बाप कहते हैं अभी इंडिया की तरह रहो, बच्चे कहते हैं बाहर वाला ज्यादा अच्छा है. These clashes, these conflicts, these are very pressing on their mind. And many second generation Indian diasporic writers like Jhampa Lahiri, Bharti Mukherjee's first generation, you say this Meera Syal, and many more, Tanuja Desai here, how they are talking about their mental makeup, the kinds of conflicts that they have to face. And Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni's novel Queen of Dreams, their second generation Rakhi, very comfortable. They feel very good moving around. But when the times of crisis come, like 9/11, झगड़ा हो गया, हाँ, किसी ने भी बॉम्ब गिराया, तो ultimately these are the foreigners. हमारे घर में चोरी होती है ना, तो सबसे पहले हमारी नजर उस पे जाती है, अभी वो हमारे घर ज्यादा आता था, है, हम बाहर वाले को ही पकड़ते हैं. This is the feeling of othering. This is the feeling of being diasporic, and this is a very, very realistic kind of feeling. तो उस टाइम पे those second generation children, they feel to which country they belong. भाई इंडिया तो देखा ही नहीं है, मम्मी पापा कहते तो रहते थे, ज्यादा मम्मी पापा तो कहते भी नहीं इंडिया की तरह रहो. They want them to live like foreigners. Now you understand my tone. वो कैसे कहते हैं तो कैसे crisis आते हैं, dilemma आते हैं. Those people, natives, their children, they don't consider them to be belonging to their country. Now these are the realistic problems, existential problem. Ideally, we also raise an issue. All these countries, they have made the policies of multiculturalism. हमारे कंट्री ने भी सेकुलर पॉलिसी बनाई है. कौन सा सेकुलरिज्म है यहाँ पर? अगेन, डोंट टेक इट पॉलिटिकल स्टेटमेंट. यू नो, दिस इज व्हाट happens to diasporas also. Again, their compulsions. उनका अगर हमारी सरकार, why does the government feel happy that our people are going abroad higher education के बाद? Why does it not create such kinds of you can say job opportunities where they can really get absorbed? They should bring the development in their own country. That doesn't mean that the entire world should stop, but I think that is to be seen at the back of it. These are some of the issues. Ultimately, I think 3-4 issues. The time is going to be up. Very important issue is generally people blame the natives of those countries. भाई वो डायस्पोरा के साथ ऐसा करते हैं. भाई हमारे यहाँ डायस्पोरा आकर रहे, people from UP and Bihar, they come here. This is called internal diaspora. That is transnational diaspora, where you have to take a visa and go. Now, India's federal structure is like that. There are so many states, and still, you know, there are some reservations we have for particular communities, for particular, you can say, people from different states. पंजाब वाले तो कहते हैं यूपी का आ गया जी भैया, आए एमपी का आ गया, राजस्थान वाले आ गए, this आ गया. Similarly, when Punjabis go and how they are ill-treated there, this might not have come to the notice so clearly as during these 9 months, March onwards. अब देखिए क्या हुआ है, लोगों ने फटाफट उनको भगाना शुरू कर दिया, भागना शुरू कर दिया. People going on foot, people dying, and Punjabis living in other states, how they were made to move to different to their states, and how political parties, they started playing havoc with them in the name of caste, class, and all these kinds of things. तो वो भी diaspora होते हैं. वो भी diaspora जो है, this is called internal diaspora. In diaspora, तो हम normally ये भी होता है कि we generally say that the natives of a particular place, they do very bad with the people who come from other parts. अरे भाई नहीं, आपके लिए भी तो वही रहते हैं ना. I give you an instance from a novel. There is a novel by Meera Syal, Anita and me. First generation family goes to England and they have a very small daughter. This novel is written from the perspective of that daughter as she is growing up. She says, when I was 9 years old, my mom and dad, they would tell me the story at home. ये जो गोरे हैं ना, ये हमारे मुल्क में आए थे, इतना तंग किया इन्होंने और हमने इनको भगा दिया. And she says, I used to think, अगर उन्होंने भगा दिया था, आपने उनको भगा दिया था, तो फिर दोबारा उनके मुल्क में आने की क्या जरूरत थी? Right? So it has got multiple angles when you look at the thing. Now the reality is very, very harsh. And again, you are in India. You go and your parents have been living there for the past 30 years. Now you are growing up. When there is some problem for that country, it is very difficult to decide कि आपकी loyalties किसके साथ रहेंगी. इंडिया के साथ रहेंगी, अमेरिका के साथ रहेंगी, because it is the times of crisis which make you realize where you by virtually here I mean as we are meeting virtually, कि आप सच में कहाँ खड़े हैं. तो ये सच्चाई जो है बिल्कुल अलग है. Loyalties may be different, as what is happening in India now, it has been happening in such big countries, and many more issues they are there. Of course, there are many positive changes also with the interaction of cultures, reinvention, assimilate करते हैं, apaculturate करते हैं, refined personalities होती हैं. And I don't know how many of you have watched the movie English for English. आपने देखा है मूवी को इंग्लिश for English? नहीं देखा तो जरूर देखिएगा. क्या and this is a fact कि हम हमेशा कहते हैं कि जो इंसान एक जगह पे पैदा हुआ है और वहीं पे वो पढ़ा और वहीं पे उसकी नौकरी लग गई, वहीं पे उसकी शादी लग गई, शादी हो गई, that man can never grow, that woman can never grow. A person who leaves that fixed place after some time goes to different places, interacts, उसकी जो सब्जेक्टिविटी है, उसकी जो पर्सनालिटी है, उसके अंदर चेंज आता है. आई होप यू एग्री. तो ये डायस्पोरा experiences in that sense we consider to be very helpful in grooming a person, in developing the consciousness of a person. And that is why I'm going to give you a different angle also. Even in religious texts, jitne bhi scriptures hain, whether it is Bible, whether it is Quran, whether it is Guru Granth Sahib, उसमें आप देखते हैं कि जितने भी उनके जो सेंट्स है, जितना वो बाहर जाते हैं, लोगों से इंटरेक्ट करते हैं, उनकी जो है लैंग्वेज, उनकी जो फिलॉसफीज हैं, आइडियोलॉजीज हैं, इंटरेक्शन है, that becomes more inclusive. Let us take the example of Guru Granth Sahib. कितने लोगों के इनमें जो है बातों को कहा गया है. जीसस क्राइस्ट कितना घूमे थे. हाँ, हम बुद्धा की बात करते हैं तो उन्होंने एक जगह पे बैठकर उपदेश नहीं दिया. Whatever revelation had been there to them, they have not just vomited it out, they spread it among the people and interacted and how to make it more communicative. I think that is also diasporic angle. So religion के अंदर भी धर्म का aspect, gender का aspect जो है बड़ा important है. And the role, I think, in present time of information and communication technology. अब आप देखिए, आप घर बैठे हैं कि आप बाहर बैठे हैं. ट्रांसनेशनल का मतलब यही नहीं है कि आप बाहर जा रहे हैं. यू आर सिटिंग एंड यू आर टॉकिंग टू अदर पीपल. अब ये जो हम बात कर रहे हैं, हाँ देखिए कितना एडवांसमेंट है, हम कहाँ हैं, कैसे बात कर रहे हैं, आपको सारी दुनिया का पता है. सो कंप्यूटर पीपल, आई थिंक कंप्यूटर डिपार्टमेंट्स जो भी है ना, they are the kings these days. They know everything. They are making you connect. वो चाहे डायस्पोरा हैं आप, चाहे NRI हैं, ये सब जो है, though we can say in one way the world has become one village, but it has not, because human elements, human identities, human greeds, human subjectivities, human power, वो सब कुछ जो है has made the entire world diasporic. More diasporic. Don't you think you are more displaced now? ये जरा सा कनेक्शन लूज हो जाए, गुंजन का हो गया तो हमसे बात ही नहीं कर पाए. हाँ, हमारा लूज हो जाए, हम बात ही नहीं कर पाते हैं. So what is this? यहाँ पर कुछ फिक्स्ड ही नहीं है, कुछ स्टेबिलिटी नहीं है. So in that sense, the entire world is feeling diasporic, displaced. एक बहुत अच्छी बुक है हिमाद्री लहरी की लेटेस्ट बुक, Diasporic Theories, came in 2019. It says diaspora is not only the movement of people, it is the movement of ideas, movement of goods, movement of technology. तो हम सारे के साथ कैसे दुनिया को चला रहे हैं, दुनिया कैसे हिल रही है, displaced है, diasporic है. Now the last point, which is very relevant. Now look how the word diaspora, with which people had started thinking, movement. भाई आप जाते हैं, हम ये भी कहते हैं ना, civilization का विकास कैसे होता है, कॉन्शियसनेस का विकास कैसे होता है, आदान प्रदान से होता है. तो आदान प्रदान का मतलब तो यह है ना कि मेरे पास है, मैं आपसे लूंगा. है। अब पहले लेने का तरीका और होता था, आप जाते थे लेके आते थे, अब तो जो है टेक्नोलॉजी से झट पता है। आइडियाज, हाउ यू आर फ्लरिशिंग, हाउ नथिंग इज योर्स, एवरीथिंग इज एवरीबॉडीज। पर इसके साथ एक और वर्ड है, एक और कॉन्सेप्ट है डायस्पोरा में, दैट इज कॉल्ड डायस्पोरा विद इन। नोट इट डाउन, डायस्पोरा विद इन। भाई हमें अपने आप को महसूस करवा देते हैं कि आप हमारे नहीं हो। Say there are communal clashes, you don't you have a new friend in the class, आपकी उससे बनती नहीं है, आप उसको जो है तिरछी नजर से देख के you make that person feel नहीं भाई तुम हमारा नहीं है, you are a diaspora. So this is what happens during communal clashes, during country clashes, during Kisan clashes, during Punjab versus UP clashes, during we can say USA में blacks जाते हैं उनके clashes. तो ये सारे के सारे, everybody is basically, every human being is confined within the ghetto. अपने अपने घेटों में, अपनी कम्युनिटी के घेटों में, सोसाइटी के घेटों में, गुंडास के घेटों में, they make the other person feel diasporic, which is so bad. तो बेसिकली हम कहीं पर, आप कहाँ आप कर खड़े हैं, मार्लोस डॉक्टर फॉस्टर्स. तो ये जो डायस्पोरा है, इट शोज अस द मूव टुवर्ड्स एक्सपेंशन. कहाँ से कहाँ आ गया इंसान. हमें एक मिनट, वी आर इन अमेरिका, आई एम लिसनिंग टू समबडी फ्रॉम अमेरिका, यू नो, हम अमेरिका पहुंचे हुए हैं मेंटली एंड ऑल दैट, पर हमारे अंदर जो वो गुड एंड इविल का जो कन्फ्लिक्ट है ना, आई थिंक काश वो भी खत्म हो जाता. हम सब के सब, एज वी से इन संस्कृत, वसुधैव कुटुंबकम, सबके भले की बात सोचते. आई थिंक दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. एटलीस्ट भगवान ने जैसी दुनिया बनाई है, हाउ द थिंग्स विल गो, diasporic issues, they will keep on coming, and much literature is being written, and the purpose of a literary writer always is, whether makes the in diasporic movement the setting or background. Up is angle se you would start looking at even the old things you have read so far, तो आपको वो भी डायस्पोरिक लगेंगे. रामायण को पढ़ेंगे दोबारा, महाभारत को पढ़ेंगे, बाइबल को पढ़ेंगे, किसी भी रिलीजियस टेक्स्ट को पढ़ेंगे, तो आपको उसमें द रोल ऑफ डायस्पोरा, उससे हमें दोनों में संधि होनी चाहिए ना, है. तो वो कैसे है, वो पॉसिबल है कि नहीं है. द मूवमेंट्स आर फास्टर, द अवेलेबिलिटी इज फास्टर, एक्सेसिबिलिटी इज फास्टर, बट what we grasp, I think that is where diasporic writers are playing their role. I'll tell you how. I'll take the example only from two writers. There are many and all are doing so. Let me take the example from Tanuja Desai Hidayar's, the name of the novel is very, very interesting, Born Confused. Second generation का बच्चा तो born confused ही रहता है, but the writer by the end makes the Indian second generation child exposed to the entire environment and shows the best point in Indian culture and the best point in Western culture and intra दूसरों के भी जो diasporic points है, and she wants a blend of these. तो आप जिसका भी जो अच्छा है उसको लाकर एक नई कल्चर को बनाइए. I think that will be really multiculturalism. I have just floated certain ideas and you can think over them. It is just, it is not giving any conclusive answer. This is an area which keeps on expanding and your perceptions, they keep on expanding. I think, Gunjan, you give me more time. मुझे घड़ी दिख रही है 4 बज रहे हैं.
Ma'am, as you wish, but there's the condolence. It's very sad to share with you at 4:30. So before it, we have to wind up. That's it. Otherwise, I'm feeling that I'm flowing in the stream of knowledge. This is very beneficial. Ma'am, it's up to you.
नहीं, किसकी डेथ हो गई है?
Ma'am, I got a message. Actually, today I'm on leave. That's why. So I got a message from college.
तो हम
So,
4:30 तक चल सकते हैं. We can continue up to 4:30.
Ma'am, actually, there will be some questions or queries from participants.
I would love that. I would love
You
that.
can
And
take
we
few
will.
minutes more. You can take few minutes more. Haan ji.
Okay, I think let questions come and I can elaborate on the points whichever they want. Otherwise, there is no problem.
Sure, ma'am, sure. And really, very sorry. Sorry, it's such type of
No,
thing
no, 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 no.
to share with you.
आपने मुझे 4 बजे कहा था ना,
हाँ,
so
yeah, ma'am.
I'm keeping a strict eye on the watch.
Please, ma'am, please.
Anybody wants to add to something, some more points to be included?
Ritu, you can ask some questions if there are some queries from participants. Ritu, you are not audible. Okay, on your behalf, I will ask some questions.
Sure.
There's a question. Ma'am, you talked about all the shortcomings of diaspora, like cultural class problem of existential problem and racial clash. I think all these occur because there is a lack of humanism in the world. And then, what do you think, ma'am? Please explain. Actually, this question has been asked
Gunjan,
by...
Gunjan, 1 minute.
Yeah.
We are, the position you have taken is very idealistic.
Very true.
भाई लड़ाई देखो, लड़ाई तो क्या होती है, 2 बहन भाई होते हैं ना, सिबलिंग्स होती हैं, है उनकी भी लड़ाई होती है, हाँ ना, वो कहता है मुझे जो है ज्यादा मिल जाए, उसको कम मिल जाए, ये ह्यूमनिज्म ही तो खत्म हो जाता है. आई थिंक दिस स्क्रिप्चर, आप उसमें ही देखिए लड़ाई राम और रावण की होती है, हाँ, और उधर लड़ाई होती है अपना पांडवों और दुर्योधन की. भाई दे दे तू 5 गांव, हाँ, तो सारा झगड़ा ही खत्म हो जाए. कंस जी की होती है, लड़ाई होती है, तो हमने, ये तो एक ह्यूमन नेचर के अंदर है, ये तो रहेगा ही. यस, वी शुड बी मोर ह्यूमनिस्टिक. तो अगर मैं कहूँ कि करंट सिनेरियो को ले, कहीं ले, वो जो पावर है ना, इनग्रेन्ड जो ग्रीड है, वो मैं और मेरों के लिए है, वो अपना जो है ना, वो हमने अपनी आई को इतना एनलार्ज कर लिया है और तभी दुनिया चलती है. दिस इज हाउ द वर्ल्ड इज. द आइडियलिस्टिक पोजीशन इज ह्यूमनिज्म नहीं है. अगर हो गया, आई थिंक गॉड इज आल्सो, I give you a joke here which is very very relevant and which I'm very which tells me my philosophy of life. वो कहते हैं कि एक बार भगवान और शैतान की लड़ाई हो जाती है. भगवान says to शैतान, भाई तू तो बहुत खराब है, हाँ देख तूने सारी दुनिया को परेशान किया हुआ है और लोग मुझे कितना अच्छा कहते हैं. एंड शैतान says, अगर तुझे अच्छा कहते हैं ना, मेरे करके ही कहते हैं. The more evil I bring in this world, the better and good position you have with the people. This is the way of the world. This is how the world goes. But I think what is required is we should live nicely. This is what multiculturalism. क्या है multiculturalism? अगर हम सीधी सी बात कहें, जियो और जीने दो भाई. If this basic funda is started from the personal, interpersonal, social, national, international, global level, तो बात वहीं से शुरू हो जाए तो सब खत्म हो जाएगा. I think where do go then all the 7 deadly sins, all power, greed, मुझे लेना है, आप मेरे बेटे के लिए लेना है. I think this is all political science तो सारी इस पे depend करती है. The entire history depends on it. And literature वाले थोड़ा थोड़ा जो है अच्छी बातें करते रहते हैं बीच में, पर उनके चलने नहीं देता कोई. Right? And there can be no अच्छी चीज without बुरी चीज, but we should claim for that. That is why we provide the lessons and messages of humanism, humanistic living, fatherhood of God, brotherhood of God, बांट के खाना, तभी हमें धर्म की जरूरत पड़ती है. But the basis of religion is लड़ाई. हो गए थे, दुनिया की पहली लड़ाई जो है ना, वो धर्म के नाम पर हुई थी. Now what to say about that? These are all very very controversial issues.
Very nice, ma'am. I think Dr. Manjula Goyal is very much satisfied with the reply, with the answer from RKSV College. We know her very well. Now I can take one more question. Our religious people, like saints, though you have covered all the points, but I just ask these questions. Like saints go to other places or countries for spreading their principles, doctrine. Do you think that this is diaspora, or in which category of diaspora we can put such things? They enlighten people. You have already mentioned Siddharth or some other religious people. They go to some other place.
I tell you. Madam has raised a very good question, and I was expecting it. Now you see, I would like to, I won't say answer this question. I would like to give my take on this question. कि पहले जो था ना diaspora, it was either confined to the study of literature, और एक दो disciplines में ही इसकी बात होती थी, right? You try to understand the core of what I am going to say. Punjabi University Patiala in 2014 opened a center for diaspora studies, and this was one of the 3 centers, UGC centers of diaspora studies opened in India. One was at Patiala, one was at Hyderabad, and the third was in Gujarat. Ek Patan mein university hai. And there was one stipulation laid by UGC to run these centers, that these will not be literature confined alone. यहाँ पर सिर्फ literature की study नहीं होगी. All the disciplines being run, being catered by your university, they will be made to contribute for the growth of this center. Now, what I did when I took over as director, so I invited almost all the heads of different departments to come and join me for a cup of tea. And I said, हमारी university में एक center खुला है, diaspora studies. Now the Center of Computer Science Department, उनके जो director थे, आप ध्यान से सुनिएगा मैडम, उनके जो director थे, वो मुझे कहते हैं, मैम ये क्या नाम हुआ है, diaspora studies? कहता बहुत सारी बीमारियां हैं, diarrhea and all. What is this diaspora? I said, आओ चाय पियेंगे फिर बताऊंगी ना. कहने पहले दसो, पंजाबी में बोले. मैं क्या कुछ नहीं, लोग बाहर बुर जाते हैं, अपने जाते रहते, किन्ने जाते हैं, ये उन्होंने स्टडी है. कहने वो तो असी भी करते हैं, कंप्यूटर वाले तो करते ही है, इंटरनेट तो यही करता है. इंटरनेट कोई आपको मीठी गोलियां थोड़ा देता है, वो दुनिया के साथ कनेक्ट कराता है ना. हाँ. So the purpose of this center, I said, is we have to see to it that how different departments, they are working, हम local level और international level का जितना भी knowledge है, expertise है, हम उसको कैसे use कर सकते हैं, virtually to make it interdisciplinary. You come and we will devise. We have been given a free hand. तो बहुत अच्छा लगा, सारे डिपार्टमेंट्स को मिलाया, दूसरे लोगों को मिलाया, whatever activities we used to do. And once I called, in our university there are 5-6 religious studies department, because it is a Punjabi university department, and there is one department, ma'am, you will be surprised to know, which is called Guru Gobind Singh Bhavan. उस अकेले डिपार्टमेंट के अंदर 6 धर्मों की कंपैरेटिव स्टडी होती है.
Oh, that's great. Great.
But Christianity and Islam and Jainism and Hinduism, Buddhism, और हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी के अंदर सभी धर्मों के लोग different countries से आके रिसर्च करते हैं, right? Now, once I invited those people also for organizing a show. अब आप देखिए कि जब मैं बात कर रही थी, बुद्धा की बात कर रही थी, क्राइस्ट की बात कर रही थी, नानक की बात कर रही थी, मैं रामायण महाभारत की बात कर रही थी, अभी बहुत सारे धर्मों का तो हमें नहीं मालूम है, पारसी भी कैसे आए इंडिया के अंदर, वो एक डिफरेंट पारसी लिटरेचर भी है। तो कोई भी धर्म अपनी एक जगह पे नहीं जो है एक्सपैंड किया। जितने भी हमारे जितने भी धर्म है, व्हाटएवर लिटिल आई नो, वो सब कैसे ट्रैवल किए और वहां जाकर उन्होंने उसको फैलाया। हम महाराज अशोक की बात करते हैं, उन्होंने कैसे एक पर्टिकुलर धर्म को फैलाया किया, लोगों ने इंटरेक्ट किया। तो ये भी तो सब डायस्पोरा है ना, कि नहीं है? तो अब हम जब ये मैडम गुंजन ने बहुत अच्छा किया कि इतने बड़े फोरम पर इस इश्यू को लिया। मुझे लग रहा था कि अगर मैं अकेले डायस्पोरा की बात करूंगी ना तो इट माइट फिजल आउट। तो आगे आप जिस जिस डिसिप्लिन से यहाँ पर या आपका इंटरेस्ट है, आप उसमें द रोल ऑफ डायस्पोरा, द रोल ऑफ मल्टीपल जो है आइडियाज, एज आई टोल्ड यू, हिमाद्री लाहिरी से कि डायस्पोरा में सिर्फ का मतलब सिर्फ पीपल का मूव करना नहीं है, आइडियाज ट्रेवल, गुड्स ट्रेवल, थिंग्स ट्रेवल। ये धर्म कैसे ट्रेवल करते हैं? तो धर्म कोई अपने आप में कुछ नहीं होता है, हम उसको जो जो कथावाचक है, जो उस बात उसकी इंटरप्रिटेशन देता है वो। और आप इफ यू आर फ्रॉम द फील्ड ऑफ रिलीजन, आई थिंक कंपैरेटिव रिलीजन, दिस इज द नीड ऑफ द डे। और हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी ने वो गुरु गोबिंद सिंह भवन के अंदर 5 अलग अलग डिपार्टमेंट्स हैं और वहां पर कंपैरेटिव स्टडी होती है एंड द रोल ऑफ जर्नी। अब हम डिस्कस करते हैं इन बातों को, वो भी तो जर्नी हो रहा ना, ट्रेवल हो रहा। तो यू कैन आप ऑर्गेनाइज कर सकते हैं, ऐसा एक अलग सेमिनार कर सकते हैं कि किसने किसके जो है एलिमेंट्स को लिया और कैसे नहीं। और एलिमेंट्स तो आगे वी यूज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग फ्रेज इन डायस्पोरा विच इज कॉल्ड डायस्पोरा स्पेस। हमारा जो ये मेंटल स्पेस है ना, ये डायस्पोरा स्पेस है। कितना कुछ इकट्ठा होता है, अंदर क्या निकलता है, एंड इट इज अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग एरिया। And another experience I would like to share with you, since this was the stipulation कि Center for Diaspora Studies will be a nodal center where it will be seen that after every month हर एक्टिविटी अलग डिपार्टमेंट से, डिसिप्लिन से संबंधित होगी। So once I organized international conference, और आप देखिए कि वहां पर फिल्मों की बात ला रहे हैं, धर्म की बात ला रहे हैं, हिस्ट्री की बात ला रहे हैं, और कैसे जो है ट्रैवलिंग इज नॉट ऑन फुट। अब हम ट्रैवल भी नहीं कर रहे हैं, हम बात कर रहे हैं, आप तक बात पहुंच रही है, आपकी बात मेरे तक पहुंच रही है, अंदर जाके क्या हो रहा है। तो ये जो हमारे मीन्स ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन, इंफॉर्मेशन, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन, ट्रैवलिंग जो है, ये सारे इस बात को पहुंचा रहे हैं। और हर चीज हमें इंटरनेट पर पता है। आप एक टॉपिक को खोलेंगे, यूट्यूब पर जाएंगे, आई थिंक यू विल गेट एन आइडिया हाउ इट इज लुक्ड एट इन मलेशिया, हाउ इट इज, देयर इज अ कॉम्बिनेशन एंड ऑल। हम तो बहुत लकी हैं जिस एज में रह रहे हैं। हम जब रिसर्च करते थे वो हाथ से नोट करते थे, है ना, और लेके एक आइडिया को, किताब नहीं मिलती थी, सब कुछ है। द प्रॉब्लम, आई थिंक आई कम टू द बेसिक पॉइंट कि हमारे पास चीजें तो अवेलेबल हो गई हैं और बढ़ क्या गया है इंटॉलरेंस। हाँ, हम एक दूसरे को अकोमोडेट नहीं कर रहे हैं, अकल्चरेट नहीं कर रहे हैं, एसिमिलेट नहीं कर रहे हैं। वो निगेटिंग एंड वॉरफेयर, वो जो ह्यूमन टेंडेंसी है ना, वो कहीं ना कहीं गुंजन खत्म कर दे। So I will be awarding her with Nobel Prize. That is what is required.
Very true, ma'am. This is the need of the day. Yeah. And ma'am, should I ask one more thing?
Yeah.
Should we think that Indian Renaissance supported diaspora?
It is not sporting. It is automatic.
Yeah.
Why do you say sporting? I will say कि जब इंसान ने व्हील का इन्वेंशन किया है, फिर साइकिल बना है, फिर सब कुछ हुआ। अब जिसको साइकिल नहीं आता था और जिसको साइकिल आता था, जो ज्यादा आगे जा सकेगा उसको ज्यादा चीज मिल जाएगी ना। तो
Very
हम ये
true,
कह
ma'am.
रहे हैं कि अब तो ये इतने फास्ट तेजस आ गए हैं, फलाना आ गया, क्या एरोप्लेन, आगे क्या होगा, हम शायद गुब्बारों में ही ट्रेवल करते होंगे, और चांद से इंडिया में आना वो कहेंगे 15 मिनट्स। तो क्या आने वाला है, ह्यूमन इमेजिनेशन क्या करेगी। और हम कहते हैं ना कि आज जो कुछ भी है दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ ए पोइट्स इमेजिनेशन। जहां ना पहुंचे रवि वहां पहुंचे कवि। हैड यू एवर थॉट कि हमारे पास कभी ऐसा इंस्ट्रूमेंट होगा कि जहां जाएंगे बात कर लेंगे किसी से? नहीं सोचा था ना। वी डोंट नो वेयर दिस ह्यूमन इमेजिनेशन, एवरीथिंग विल टेक अस, एवरीथिंग इज ओके, वंडरफुल। पर वो पीछे इंसान की इंटेंशन ठीक हो जाए ना, वो जो नीयत है, तो आई थिंक द वर्ल्ड इज वंडरफुल, द वर्ल्ड इज ब्यूटीफुल।
True, ma'am, true. So let's, ma'am, if you permit, we can conclude this session with a formal thanks, vote of thanks. So I would like to thank our worthy, respected speaker for enlightening us with her knowledge. So today's session was full of knowledge, and it was like an intellectual feast. I just mentioned here that I felt that I was floating in the river of knowledge. So the session gave us deep insights into the topic and also revealed various aspects of diaspora. So I'm pretty sure that the precious knowledge that Tajinder Madam gave us will definitely show a new direction to our students and faculty members. So once again, I would like to thank Dr. Tajinder Madam for taking out time for her busy schedule and enlightening us with her scholarly observation. I would like to thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, respected Registrar, sir, for his constant support and blessings. Thank you all the participants for paying your attention and learning. And thanks to the organizing committee, teaching and non-teaching staff for their unflinching support and coordination. Especially thank you, Ritu, and thank you, Akhileshji. And ma'am, you asked about the demise of the person. At that time, I didn't tell because I thought it is not suitable, because after that we couldn't continue the session. I got the message, a very sad news about the sudden demise of Professor Dr. Vishal Vishnoi, Dean, School of Business Studies, Shobhit University, Meerut. So that's why. Let's, may God bless his departed soul. Om Shanti. And with these words, I would like to thank you all. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you.